Arkansas. All sports. It's more sports.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Glad you're with us for another episode of More Sports. Got a big show lined up for you tonight. Thomas Thrash from Hootens.com will join me in a bit. We're going to make some picks for the big Friday night loaded schedule of high school football, and we'll take a look at some of the biggest games across the state of Arkansas in a bit. We're also going to talk some Razorbacks, and I'm excited to bring in our first guest. It is former Razorback Shawn Andrews. He joins us on More Sports. What's up, Shawn? Man, it's great to catch up with you. How are you?
It's been a while, Wes. I like that little introduction on the show, man. This is my first time bearing witness and actually being a part of it. It's really neat. Kudos to that. But aside from that, I've just been, doing the family life thing, getting ready for my senior JJ's final basketball season as a high schooler. Been doing flag football with my 9-year-old KT. Just balancing it all and all of that, just trying to stay healthy.
I got to wonder, Shawn, when did you go from Shawn Andrews, All-American, former NFL player, Arkansas Sports Hall of Famer, to JJ's dad?
I would say that probably around maybe 4th or 5th grade. And it's funny because even when I take lunch to Kyrie at school sometime, some of his classmates will say, hey, Kyrie's dad, but a lot of them know me as JJ's dad. So it's like, it's crazy because my wife, she'll say, I'm used to being known as Shawn Andrews' wife. And I'm like, well, you have your own identity, but she's like, well, that's what they know me as. So she just rolls with it. I roll with it, and it is what it is.
As a parent, which identity's better?
Well, you know what? I don't mind being JJ's dad. I've kind of been out of the spotlight for a while, which is okay with me because, I can go places and just sparingly people say, hey, are you Shawn Andrews? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And if they want to talk sports, we'll talk sports. But other than that, man, I just like being in the background.
I think of Tennessee week, and I think of you, honestly, because how close you were to being a Tennessee Volunteer and how that recruiting process went for you, how difficult that – you ever think how life would be different if way back then you had decided to go to Tennessee?
I ponder upon that quite a bit, especially when I hear the name Tennessee pop up. The recruiting process was nothing short of amazing. I mean, Coach Nutt did a phenomenal job when he first rolled up on me with the lights flashing and the state troopers and his black town car. But, Tennessee flew me in on a private jet, and the pilot was so kind. He almost kind of let me sit in the pilot seat, but I was too nervous. And plus, I couldn't fit, right? But just all the promises that they made and the things that were offered to me, it's crazy because I used to dream about it. I would hear stories of guys getting offered this amount of money to come to colleges. And I would be like, in my financial struggles growing up, I'm like, shoot, if they offer me X, Y, Z, I'll take it. But just knowing that I didn't want to be that far away from home, from mom, but then just being a Razorback, I mean, it's kind of speaks for itself. But the offers that were made was like, it made me think for a second. But that was one of the more mature decisions that I had to make to decline what was offered to me at that time. So I still pat myself on the back. But I think it wouldn't have worked out as good as if, I hadn't chose the Razorbacks.
You think about life and the choices you make here, there, and just how it would take you down a different path. And that's one that a 17, 18-year-old had to make. And it's difficult now. Think about, and you're living it. You're going through it again, but now it's NIL and it's out there. It's legal. Yeah. It's not under the table type stuff.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, I never imagined being alive to see this manifest. But it's really cool, instead of having to tiptoe, or $100 handshakes, you don't expect it. The next thing you know, the money's on the ground. You kind of got to step on it, or whatever, just to kind of make it look like it's all flowing. But receiving mail and just meetups, all kinds of crazy stuff, man. It's a beautiful thing, and just to see it kind of manifesting firsthand with our son JJ. Things are really starting to take off, and it's really cool. And another benefit to that is he'll be out of dad's pocket soon. So that's pretty awesome.
What you went through during recruiting, was that something you were able to help JJ with?
I would say yes. The landscape is a little bit different, but the recruiting process is very similar. However, we took about, I want to say 5 trips, 5 visits with him. I kind of kept mine to Arkansas, Tennessee, and Ole Miss. Um, and it's kind of just building relationships and things of that nature, getting to know people, them getting to know you. And I'm so thankful that the first day that college coaches were able to reach out to JJ, he was a little bit down because he expected more offers. But I'm like, dude, you have an amazing core of offers. Now imagine if 20, 30, 40 schools reach out and you have to entertain all of these people. And so I had to help him understand that less is more sometimes. So it's been a beautiful journey, man. Enjoyed some of the trips we've taken. Had a great visit to LSU. Built a great relationship with Coach Gates and Smith Peters from Mizzou. And Coach Cal came in, and he's the golden goose now. He looked us in the eye and he told JJ, "Hey, I don't have a magic wand. You're going to have to come in and do the work," which JJ's no stranger to hard work.
I know you said, and it's been reported, and you've told the media this, that you wanted Jay to make his own decision. And how, but when you heard and when he told you he was going to Arkansas, what went through your body?
So it was a little bit complicated. I have to be honest with you because Mizzou was one of the first schools that recruited JJ just outside of 8th grade. I believe Ole Miss was the first to offer him. It was a non-committable offer at the time, but Coach Gates just did such a phenomenal job of answering questions. And then there was a couple times, Wes, when we had questions that we were like, we want to look you eye to eye and ask you these questions because we want to feel your energy, right? And so just in one instance, a matter of hours, he was on a private jet and he, got a rental car, came down to Little Rock Christian and looked us straight in the eyes. And he was very forthcoming and very open and candid with us.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was a little bit sad when JJ said, "Hey, Coach Gates, thank you for recruiting me, but I'm gonna go another direction." It was tough.
Mm-hmm.
And our 9-year-old, he actually cried because that's just how good of a relationships that we built. And I told JJ the bad part about this recruiting process, you only get to choose one.
Shawn Andrews with us. Some great stuff right there. Talking about relationships, and a lot of times people don't think about that in recruiting, how valuable it is. And you saw how Missouri almost came in and stole a good one from Arkansas because of that relationship. Shawn, let's hit on the Razorbacks today. Crazy week for them. I mean, firing a head coach, firing defensive coordinator, defensive line coach.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that locker room's like this week and what they're going through right now?
It's funny, man. I've just been kind of just going through my mind and going through potential scenarios and being away for so long and not knowing the personnel personally and not really getting a feel and knowing how they move and respond to things. My mind's been going just a mile a minute, wondering what those scenarios looks like. But I will say this, Wes, JJ and I went up to the Notre Dame massacre. Um, and just even from before the game started, just the way they ran out, the energy was so lacking. And I'm like, this isn't what I'm used to. I haven't been to a lot of Hall games since I retired, but I'm like, this is nothing what I'm used to. And that set the tone for the day, as we saw. And then we were able to cheer up, and Coach Cal invited us over to practice, so that helped. And then we got some chicken heads, wings, and flat fries afterwards, so that was even better. So that was a treat to end our trip to the Hill.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I was there too, and we left at halftime or right after halftime, and went to the tailgate party to get cheered up. So
There you go. There you go.
it helped a little bit. You had to move on from that. You talked about retirement. When you see these 40-year-olds playing in the NFL, or some of these guys, you're shaking your head. Can you imagine still being in the NFL? And like Jason Peters, he lasted forever.
Right. No, it's really mind blowing. When I lost my mom back in August, Jason reached out and we had a little conversation. It had been a while since we spoke, and they had brought him on kind of as a liaison to the O-line and whatnot. And he was like, you know what? I told the program that I just want to kind of go back home and spend time with family. And I asked him, like, how does your body feel? And he was like, come down here to Texarkana to the rec and I'll play you in one-on-one and you'll see how my body feels. He was basically letting me know that he's Peterbilt. He still feels well and but me, if I were to try to go out there, I'd probably be confined to the bed for at least 6 or 7 days with my back or something. It's amazing. I'm stunned. I mean, my 7 years versus his 2021. It's like, dude, like, I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom it.
Well, it looks like you're doing well.
Yes. As of right now, I like to say that my good days outweigh my bad. I've got some very random pains that happen here and there, but I don't throw a pity party. I just keep moving. I got a sauna in my house now, and that's helped me tremendously. I've cleaned up my diet. Someone who's a farmer but slightly still addicted to donuts, I may treat myself to Cinnamon Cream Bakery like once a month now, which is totally different from when they opened about 10 years ago. I mean, I was in there daily because I'm a creature of habit, and that's not a good thing to do.
Well, you got a busy couple of years in front of you with JJ and your 9-year-old.
Oh yeah,
you got to be ready to roll. I know that for sure.
Yeah, man. So it's just all about choices. I'm excited about how far I've come. I'm no longer really addicted to food and stuff like I used to be. So for a long time, from when I got to college, through the pros, and even after retirement, I was playing catch up. So now I've caught up, and I know how to stop when I'm full. But even just beginning with my choices, I spend a lot of time meal prepping, but I also like to support local, which Silo Eatery is local, but not local. It originated in Memphis, but they serve healthy stuff. And, I spend a lot of time there, and just one meal at a time in one moment. So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's awesome. Whatever happened to the comedy career? I was ready to see Shawn Andrews on stage being a comedian.
You know what's crazy, man? I have all these cool, funny, even the other day I was just like, dude, you should take that to the stage. My first couple times, I knocked it out the park. My third time, I was like a deer in the headlights, and with my memory not being where I wanted to be, I would forget stuff. And it was like, oh my gosh, and you got like 50, 60 people just staring at you, waiting on to make you laugh. I got discouraged after that third time. I was like, dude, and I don't want to be up there like I have a church program or something like, okay, what's my next joke? Like, no, it needs to be free flowing. And my memory is just not really that good to get that set down, but who knows?
You want to try one out on us next time and just do
maybe so
3-4 minutes?
Maybe so.
Just be me, and I'll laugh for you. I think I got a laugh track over here somewhere that just in case, where did it go? Oh, it's applause. See, we can do that for you.
Right on. That'll work. That'll give me some momentum and motivation, maybe to take the stage again.
There you go. That's your challenge next time. I want a little 3-4 minute act, a little set from you.
Sound like a plan, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun catching back up with you. Let's do it again. Let's don't be a stranger. Let's Absolutely. Get back on here in a couple weeks and just catch up and throw some jokes at me.
Sure, I'd love to, man. Thank you for having me on, Wes.
You bet. It was good catching up with you, man.
All right, later.
Shawn Andrews, like a blast from the past, the good old days from Game On. He used to come on with us and do radio all the time. All right, now it's time to talk a little high school football. Thomas Thrash joins us now from Hootens.com, and we're going to preview the Friday night games once again like we've been doing the last several weeks. Welcome in, Thomas. How are you?
Hey, great to be here, and what a week last week. I mean,
I tell you what,
it was.
We finally look like we knew what we were talking about with some of our picks. We had a rough couple of weeks picking some games, but last week I got to brag on us because people have been giving us a hard time. But last week we both went 5-1.
Who was our loss?
Let's see. I lost the Mountain Home Shiloh Christian game. Okay. You won that game, and then I won the Mansfield Charleston game. You had Charleston.
I went Charleston. Oh man.
Yeah, you went Charleston. So we both go 5-1 last week. So
Not bad.
Hey, that's a good bounce back week.
It is a good bounce back because we were terrible the week before.
Well, and last week were some tough games. I remember sitting here sweating, going, man, I can't decide which way to go. It was so many 50-50 games.
There were, and it was a week of upsets. You know, I mean, you look at all the Benton losing to Sylvan Hills. I mean, we didn't pick that game, but it was, and then Greene County Tech beating Wynn.
Yes.
0-5, Greene County Tech gets the win over Wynn.
And how about Heber Springs?
Heber Springs, the number 2 team in 4A goes down.
Yeah, that was wild.
And El Dorado going to Marion and getting the win.
Yes, did not see that one coming at all.
No.
All right, well, let's get started. We'll go in reverse order this week. Give the small schools some love as we start things out in 2A. And this is a very good game. There's a lot of good 2A games this week.
Yes.
I know you guys had your hands full in choosing the 2A game of the week, but we're going to talk about Carlisle at Hampton. Thomas, go ahead.
Hampton playing extremely well, undefeated, new coach coming from Batesville as a defensive coordinator. I mean, he's got them playing well. Carlisle is probably too much. Coach Wilson's, they actually pass the ball well. I mean, you don't think of that at Carlisle. They're passing the ball well. They do everything well. I'm going Carlisle in this one, but this should be a great game.
Yeah, Thomas, I've already made my picks. I made a commitment so that I don't stand here and waffle and go back and forth, try to speed things up. I am going with Carlisle. I love their offense. I think that's going to give some teams some troubles until the weather gets bad, and then we'll see what happens. You know, that's always the danger.
Yeah, but they can run the ball too, so
I think with the weather going to be awesome again Friday night, I like Carlisle to head down south and get the victory.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Hootens.com 3A game of the week. And this is Atkins at Salem, another matchup of top 10 teams. Is Atkins in your top 5? Is this a top 5 matchup?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they top 5, Graham? No, they're just outside the top 5, but they're playing really well. And I love this Atkins team. They've been putting up points.
Yeah.
They've been putting up 70 on the Episcopal. It was like in the first half. I mean, they're playing really well. But Salem is another beast. I mean, Salem is Caden Brink is so much fun to watch. I don't see Salem even really getting challenged this year in the 3A. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going with Salem in this one.
I am too. There's a reason they're number 1. They're a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Thomas, do we have a stream on this game? Is this one of those that we can watch Friday night?
I don't know. I have to check. Atkins does have a stream, but I don't know if they travel.
Okay.
So I'll look into that.
Hey, and brag on you guys again. Your scoreboard on Friday night is
thank you.
To have a click and watch button right on the game. It makes it so easy. I was at the Little Rock Central and PA game Friday night, and I pulled up the scoreboard, and I'm showing the dads different scores, and they're like, oh, look at this. It was the Sheridan game. And I was like, well, we can check it out. And I clicked the button. They're like, man, how convenient is that to be able
it's
to
awesome. I did it for me. That's the funniest part. I did it because it was so inconvenient for me. And then I'm like, I think everybody else will like this too. Because we were watching it for the score. I mean, we do the scoreboard updates. I'm like, we got to make it easy on our guys doing the updates. So here it is, and so I think that's the best part about the scoreboard.
Let's go.
Hey, we're going upset in this one.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Warren is the top 5, and Hamburg's sitting at number 7. Hamburg, Lewis, is it Nikel Lewis? Yeah. Hey, he's our favorite. He's Graham sitting here right next to me. His favorite guy. He's going to film that game. Nikel Lewis, nobody wants to tackle him 30 times a game. I mean, he's absolutely a beast. And Warren coming off that big win last week in the final minutes, they didn't really play well. Is against Monticello. We're going Hamburg in this one in the upset.
All right. Well, I'm going to be the first one we disagree on.
All right.
I'm going with Warren. Look, I'm going the opposite. Kind of, you're right. They didn't play well, but I think that gets their attention. Bo Embry gets their attention this week.
Yes.
And they're back out on the road, so they know what it takes to win on the road, going to Monticello, and it's a rivalry game. They just throw it out. All that matters is they got the victory over Monticello. I think this week it pays off, and they're going to go down Hamburg and win that game.
That's going to be a great game.
no doubt. Let's go to 5A now. Another great game. You got the Farmington Cardinals going to Greenbrier, and conference title maybe on the line. At least you got bragging rights.
Greenbrier's one of the best teams in the state in 5A. I think we're going Greenbrier in this one. Farmington, Coach Tice went up to Harrison last week and got his 305th win. He's second all-time in wins, behind Frank McClellan and Barton, which is crazy. 305 is a lot of games to win. And Son is Enoch Hassan is absolutely a beast. And he set out last week because he got a little taunting penalty, and so he didn't play against Clarksville. And but I think he'll be ready to go this week. And you don't want to tackle that guy. You can't tackle that guy.
He's fresh. He's
yes.
mad, probably. He's motivated. Yes. I'm surprised, but you said a lot of great reasons. I really thought y'all would go with Farmington. I thought I was going to be out on my own. So you surprised me a little bit here, but I agree. I like Enoch Hassan a lot. He's already been my player of the week, and with him being fresh and motivated, I'll go with Greenbrier also. All right, let's move down to 6A, and we were just talking about Sylvan Hills and the huge upset at Benton last week. Well, they're back on the road this week. They go to El Dorado, and El Dorado pulled off an upset too, taking
both teams coming off big upsets. But what Mark Kelly's done, I mean, we don't have a T-shirt with his name on it up here for no reason. I mean, we got a T-shirt. They're printing off T-shirts at Sylvan Hills with his name on it. He's going to have a statue by the end of the year. I mean, what he's done, these seniors have not won a game until he got here. I mean, so they were 0-20 the last 2 years, and now they're 4-1, sitting there, and really could be 5-0. I mean, I know they came up short against Marion, and El Dorado beats Marion, but I'm going the Bears in this one.
Hey, I think what, they learned something last week against Benton, coming back and scoring late, and then getting a stop. They didn't do it against Short, and I think when a team learns they can win is when they become even more dangerous. And I think they know now, and especially doing that on the road. I know El Dorado did it on the road too and did a lot of the same things I'm saying Sylvan Hills did. I just like this Sylvan Hills team. The offense and the defense is getting it done when they need to.
Yes. I mean, they're giving up some points on defense, but I think their offense, I love watching them play. Mark Kelly is I'm not betting against him this year.
Ultra aggressive too, and I love that he'll go for it on fourth down when it calls for it, and going for two instead of I like the way he calls plays. So I agree. I'm going with Greenbrier too. Now to 7A, it is the Hootens.com game of the week. Bentonville West.
We were at Bentonville. We were at Rogers yesterday, and they're coming off a huge win versus Fayetteville. And I don't know if you know, the last 3 years they've had Fayetteville. They've had their number. 2 years ago, when Fayetteville won the state championship, Rogers had the ball on the 20-yard line going in with like a minute to go to win the game and fumble the snap. I mean, it was, and so then last year was a 1-point game or 1-possession game. It went down the wire. And so finally they get over that hump. But now do they have a hangover? That's the issue. And I think Coach Harbison, we were there yesterday, he's preaching. I mean, you can't have a hangover. I mean, they've got to play well because this Bentonville West team, I mean, is legit. But they beat Fayetteville when Fayetteville turned the ball over 5 times, and had a pick 6, an interception return, and then like a fumble 6. So I think they got Fayetteville down and then just kind of steamrolled from there. Can they play that like that again against this Rogers team, who's one of the best in the state? I mean, I'm going Rogers, but I think it's going to be an absolutely insane game.
I got Rogers too, Thomas. I'm not picking against Jeff Regan. I think
it's tough.
He is absolutely incredible. A dual threat guy in every means. He can throw it, but we know how dangerous he is running it. I got a buddy that was at the game last week, and he was like, Wes, this kid is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Air Force, I believe he's committed to.
And then Braxton Lindsay is beat up, but he's committed to BYU. They're do-it-all receiver, defensive end. He does everything. He's one of our scholars this year, so we went and presented him an award yesterday.
Well, it is that's a fun game. That's
But
7
Trey
games.
Thompson is fun to watch for Bentonville West, their quarterback. I mean, he does it all. I mean, he's a dual threat too. You got to tackle him in open space because he's dangerous.
Well, and how about was it their sophomore last week? All 310 all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at his numbers. I had him nominated as a player of the week, and VJ Warren.
Yeah,
10 all-purpose yards, 4 touchdowns, kickoff return for a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and ran for 2. I mean, that dude put on a show last week.
Yeah. This is going to be a great game. I mean, a great atmosphere, and it's homecoming for Rogers. I was like, you should schedule somebody else. It's tough to schedule a team like this for homecoming.
Real quick, I was surprised that you guys didn't have Clinton Darnell as your 4. And not that the Warren game is bad, but Clinton Darnell I think is a great game. It is
a great game. We were at Clinton Pottsville last week, and this should be a great game. 2 teams that like to run the ball and control the clock. We're going Darnell in that one, but it should be a great game.
Thomas, man, we appreciate it. Thank you again for joining us. It's going to be a great Friday night.
It is. And I think we picked well this week. Well,
we picked together, so I hope we did. I'll talk to you next Thursday. See you, man. Have a good weekend. It's Thomas Thrash from Hootens.com joining us. Be sure to check out their website on Friday nights. The scoreboard is absolutely fantastic. And, of course, like I was talking about, you can find the games and watch. The link is right there on the scoreboard. And Friday night, I'm talking – they had a hard time of picking games of the week because there are so many good games. 2A is loaded. We were just talking about 4A, the different games that they could have chosen. Friday night's going to be huge. We'll be back here tomorrow night after the games, talking with coaches and getting a recap from all their games. So be sure to join us tomorrow night, probably around 9:45, 10 o'clock for our high school football post-game wrap-up show. And while you're on YouTube, be sure to click the subscribe button so you know every time we have a new show out. That's going to do it for tonight. I appreciate you watching, and be sure to join us tomorrow night for more sports.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.